Hello everyone and welcome to the video. Uh, Wanted to show how I was wrapping my ribbons around the insert of the Conqueror Challenge frames for their medals. Um, on the website they have a video that shows how you can wrap the ribbon around and then fold it inside to get the insert pretty flat, but it doesn't lay as flat as you really want it to. And so I wanted to make a video on how I was wrapping them around to make them a little bit flatter, where the magnets actually the insert sits flush with the frame. So what you want to do is first take the insert obviously out of the frame, and so ultimately you want this is going to be the top where the little cutout is on the insert. And so ultimately you want the metal to sit such as that. So ultimately when you put it in to the frame, it sits something like this. So what you want to do, take your ribbon and you're going to get it as flat and straight as you can. And at the very top, when you come to the end of the ribbon, you're going to have a point. So you want this as flat as you can get, such as that. Get the whole thing in the view. There we go. And what you want to do is turn the metal upside down so you're looking at the back of the metal. And what you can do is line it up like that. So you can see the top is, the magnets are facing me and the cutout is at the top of the metal. What you want to do is take the point of your ribbon to the bottom. So you're going to go over top of the insert, go through the bottom hole, flip your insert over, and go through the top. So now you have your ribbon like this. Now what you can do is keep the point as small as you can and give yourself as much slack as possible. And you're going to feed the point through the top hole again. So now we come through, but we're on the inside of the ribbon. And you keep doing that. And what you want to do when you get to the end, you're going to want to keep the point of the ribbon in either the top or the bottom. It usually ends at the top. That way, when you tighten everything down, that fatter part of the ribbon is in that hole here, and it won't push the metal up off of the insert when you lay everything down. And what you can do is just slowly just kind of feed everything through, and it will just keep spinning itself through like that. And once it gets to a certain point where it really doesn't want to go willingly, what you can do is pull the point towards you, and it might be easier. There we go. So now I have the point in this at the very last. That's about as far as it's going to go. Straighten it all out, and now if I just hold that in place, I can pull the ribbon tight. And now the ribbon will come over top. And honestly, I think there's a little bit more slack than I would like, but I can keep tightening this a little bit at a time until I get it exactly where I want it. and then this will sit nice and flat, and you can see the magnets all connect. And I think it makes it look a little bit nicer um, when you mount them, because now it's not hanging all the way down here, or it's not the way they have the video online on the Conqueror website. It it still it makes so much extra in the behind this insert that it actually doesn't let the magnet sit perfectly flush. And I noticed that when that happens, a lot of times when you tip, if this starts to lean forward, the insert will just fall out. But when I've wrapped it around and it's so tight, you can actually hold these upside down and they won't fall. The magnets are strong enough to hold them until you get the heavier. This is the 2022 Conqueror Challenge medal, and it's one of those that it's just heavy enough that sometimes it will, if you were to hold it upside down, it will release. It seems to be doing okay right now. The only ones that will always release the magnets are ones like this where it has, so holding the metal like that, it hinges here on the ribbon, but because it has this decorative cap above the ribbon, it creates a leverage point. And if I were to hold this upside down, as soon as I start to lean forward, it'll actually push away from the frame. But if you just had it mounted on the wall, you'd be perfectly fine. It's not going to go anywhere just mounted if you had it on the wall. They do give you two Velcro strips that you can put top and bottom or side and side. Uh, so it's double stick tape basically, where uh, you take the one piece of Velcro, tape it to the wall, the other piece tapes to the back of this frame, and then you can mount them to the wall or ceiling if you really wanted to. But that's how I do it. I haven't seen anyone where it lays perfectly flat, or unless you cut the ribbon. So hopefully you can use that and that helps you out. Thank you very much for watching.